All right. Good evening, everybody. We are back. I'm here with my son. He's home for Christmas. Um, and I figure we come out here and do a Christmas stream. I wanted to do the Christmas tree nebula, or the Christmas tree cluster. There's a Christmas tree in it, but um, it is super clear out tonight. But it is super bad seeing. It is super blinky out. The stars look, uh, yeah, they look like they're actually twinkling tonight. It's pretty bad, but I figure we can go ahead and do a quick stream because it's getting, well, it's not really late for astronomy, but for me, it's late. Um, so I figure we can just do Orion, the Great Nebula. It's by far one of the best things that you can look at through your telescope. It's absolutely awesome. Oh, hi Amy, how are you? I hope your Christmas was good and you're using that scope. Tonight's not great seeing, but we're we're gonna push through it and we're gonna do Orion because it doesn't take any time to do it. We can actually play with it quite a bit here. Um, and any of the other stuff is kind of looking a little grainy tonight because the blinking and guiding is not very well because of the stars blinking. So I hope everybody had a good Christmas. We did. Like I said, Chucky's here behind me, and we're gonna have a little fun here tonight. He's down for just another couple days, so want to hang out with him as much as I can, and then we'll figure. I wanted to do it yesterday night, but I had to work today, so I told our beautiful co-host, I'm like, I'm gonna go out. Says, you better get out there. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there. Orion's gonna be up, and then about 9 o'clock, my eyes were pretty heavy, and there was no way I was coming out here. You know, because not only do you have to open the observatory, but when I'm done here off the stream, I have to catalog my pictures and then close it all up. Oh, thanks, Amy. Appreciate it. All right. Well, let's get into it here. We won't spend a whole lot of time out here tonight. Let's go over to Stellarium. All right. We are right here in the Orion Nebula. Now let's see. For those of you, if you don't know where Orion is at, it is the easiest, I think, for me at least anyway, it is the easiest constellation other than the Big Dipper to pick out. Let's take this away right here. So, all right, there's Clyde right there. All right, so let's zoom in here just a little bit more. So if you look up, and we are facing southeast right now, it's about 50 degrees into the sky, 50-60 degrees into the sky right now. So you look up and you're going to see these three stars right here, and that is Orion's belt. And just to the south of that right here is the Great Orion Nebula. It's got the Running Man Nebula. It's got some other stuff in it. It is really, really amazing. And if you have Stellarium, make sure you get it. Check this out. I don't do this that much because I'm not like, I don't know any of the constellations. But here we go. There is Orion right here. Here's his belt. I guess this is his feet. This is his shield. And then this right here, I told Chucky I thought it was his sword, but the picture depicts like a club. I don't know anything about it. So, but you can go to the labels in Stellarium, and you'll get the Orion right there. And then it also has constellation art. So if you want to see what it's actually supposed to look like, you can click on this. Pretty amazing, right? So there's Orion. There's his belt. There's his, well, his knees and his foot, I guess. His shield or his lion pelt, and then his club. I always thought it was a sword, but I guess it's a club. And here's the rest of the constellations. If you want to learn constellations, this would be the way to do it. I don't know any of them. but Orion is the easiest one to pick out in the sky. There it is right there. The 3 stars right there. Look to the south a little bit to the south, and there it is right on the right hand side of that, and that's where our Great Orion Nebula is, right here. Oh, we'll click on our deep space objects. So we have the Great Orion Nebula, and then there's another nebula there, something, the Lost Jewel of Orion. Here's the Running Man. I guess it looks like a Running Man, the Mermaid's Purse Nebula. There's a lot of nebula. This is really good stuff to see. But there it is. All right, let's get back to our live scene here. All right, so there we are. It doesn't take a lot to get M42. Oh, I didn't. My son's letting me slip here because we didn't fix the ticker. I'm surprised my co-host didn't message me. All right, and we're gonna do Messier, and this is 42, and this is the Orion Nebula. All right, there we go. So this is M42, or it is also cataloged as NGC 1976, and then there's a couple other catalog numbers to go with it. But here we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. Now, on our wonderful DS10 Malin Cam here, we're only at we're like a half a second on this, which is amazing. So our gain is really low at 23, and Orion, don't forget, is in our galaxy. This nebula is in our galaxy, but we're at 661 milliseconds. We're just a little over a half a second on our exposure, which isn't much at all. This is in video mode to get this. We're not even taking pictures. This is live video from the camera. We don't really get much of a histogram on this. You can see the sliver right there. There isn't much to it. We can, so this, although it's easy to get, this center right here is very easy to blow out. Actually, if we lowered this, you'll see that this is actually a bunch of little stars. Oh yeah, Amy, you got to get your new scope out there. That's going to be amazing for Orion. So this doesn't actually look like this. Let me zoom in here. Okay. Hey guy, how you doing? Chuck, you look like a Jawa. He does look like a Jawa. So here we are. You can see that this if you can see that sort of blinking around, you see that moving on your screen, that's because it's super clear, but the seeing is super bad tonight. It's weird to say that, but that's how it is. There's a lot of turbulence in the air tonight, and it's a steady 45 degrees out. You know, here in Arizona, I'm sure a guy could probably tell you. He's in here tonight. 45 is literally like the Arctic tundra out here in Arizona. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, so we can. I'm going to show you what's in the middle of this. Let's turn this gain down. All right, there we go. See, look at the star mass in the center of this. Now, ideally, you would want this to be just a little bit brighter, and then to be able to get the outside of your whole nebula super bright. If you're into astrography, which we don't do here, we do live EAA, which is electronically assisted astronomy. We do live stacking. We don't do programs to stack after we've taken all our pictures. You could probably do that, and I know there's plenty of pictures on the internet of the core being less bright and the outside being bright. We don't really have enough time to do all that here. That would be like watching paint dry. It's very extensive how they do it. We get it in half a second. Some of these pictures you see, and they're wonderful on the internet. They've probably got like a couple hours worth of exposures into this target, and we just can't do that here. It's oh, We need it now. We're all past even the millennial age here. We need stuff instantly. And so that's what we're going to do here tonight. It'll get a little bit brighter, but we're going to try and do our best to preserve this. You can do it with live high dynamic range. That's where we take our histogram, and as it's stacking, we'll pull that white point down, and it won't overexpose the stars. But we'll see. Look at that thing move. That is crazy. Stare at your screen. That thing's actually jumping all over the place. And we're not going to guide tonight. We turned the PhD2 program on, and it was kind of jumping all over the place. It kind of steadied out a little bit, but we're getting pictures so fast here at half a second, we don't really have to worry about guiding right now. All right. Let's see here. We can, to try and fool your histogram into thinking that it can get brighter, we can take our gamma and let's go down to about 80. There we go. Now see, that brightened the picture up, but it did not overexpose the stars. That's what you want. All right, let's leave that right there. Let's turn our gain back up here a little bit. Want to get a little bit brighter. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, not too much. Oh, that's way too much. All right, I usually do about there. We still got these stars here. Let's zoom out and see what we got. All right, I think this is going to look, it should look pretty good. Thing's not that good, but it should be okay. So let's go in here, and we're going to start our live stack right here. Oh, there it is. We got just a little bit of a histogram right there. It's really not anything. Let's see here. We should probably do like a white balance real quick. Okay, it didn't really change much. All right, let's hit enable. Let's see if this thing, it should stack up fairly quickly. Now, if you notice right here, oh, my wonderful face is in the way here. Let me see if I can just push that up a little bit. Okay. So you can see right here, we have 35, 37 frames input, but only 16 of outputs. So Malincam Sky, which is a wonderful software, and they are wonderful cameras, it's taking the best ones out of there before it stacks. So if there's one that's jumped around and it's blurry, I don't know how that software works. It's all smarter than I am. And it'll take the best ones and it will stack them and leave the junk ones out. So already, look at this. So unfortunately, Orion has, you can't really see it. There's a lot of Elon stuff going on in here. But look how smooth this is looking already. Look at that. That is super smooth. All right. So we already have 46 on our output. So let's, well, we've already taken 117 pictures. I wish some of the other ones were this quick. So let's start going down in our histogram. Let's just see what we can do. You know, sometimes this is an easy target, but it is a tricky target to get. But it does look pretty good visually. If you have lenses and you're looking at it through your eyepiece, this is a good one too. All right, we're just going to do a little bit at a time, and we're going to try and bring this outer edge up here. Let's see here. You don't want to go too fast because it'll start to make this center really bright. And then I'm hoping that with a little bit of post-processing, we can get this all to pop. We're just going to try and get as much information in the picture as we can. I think we usually get down to about, oh, there's our beautiful co-host inside. Thank you for the like. We usually try to get down to around 150 in our histogram. And we'll just take little bites. Yep, there's a, I know you can't see it because it's still kind of dark on your screen, but it'll lighten up here shortly. Still looking really good. There's still a lot of detail in this center, right through here. You can see, look at that detail. That is amazing. Wow. That is super cool. And we are dealing with like not so great conditions. You can see it's super dark and super clear, but it is not good seeing. All right, we are definitely starting to see some. We're letting these stack up. They're actually stacked. I could probably move a lot quicker. They're stacking up pretty quickly. Still looking good. Now, I'm looking at the stream, and it definitely is darker on the stream than it is on my monitor. All right. All right. So we've got 149 frames stacked that quickly. It's really amazing. Let's just take a quick picture. Let's take a snap. All right. Here's the Christmas tree nebula. We tried it. It looked kind of grainy. I think we might have been able to do it, but I wasn't quite sure. So I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of time on it. All right, here we go. Now let's go to our live processing screen. You can see what I'm doing. All right. So let's do we're going to do our curve. We could have put some sharpening in this. I didn't even think about that. Let's do our astro curve. Okay. That's looking better. Let's see here. Do this. Let's see as I go up on that, see that center get blown out like that. So let's go this way a little bit. It makes it look a little grainy. All right, let's do, so we can always go back to that and adjust it. Not too bad. See here. Yeah, sometimes less is more. Let's see here, maybe the blue will help us. Not too bad. Not too bad. Oop. Right there. Okay. So, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's definitely not our best picture of this by far. But the seeing's not great. So let's do this. We're just going to let that run. Let's go back to the camera. Okay, let's stop our stack here. And we are going to put our white point back here. All right, let's see here. Now we're gonna blow the core up a little bit because the seeing isn't great. Let's see here if we can get a little bit more exposure. Oh, that was a little much. There we go. All right. Okay. So that's looking a little bit brighter on your screen, but you could see how much this core's, how much brighter the core has got. But we can see right down in here. Now, it looks a lot brighter on. See how much brighter it looks on our screen than it does the.
Could just be.
It could be the monitor. So the Running Man Nebula is right down here. If you got a good night to see, this really just like pops right out. So let's see here. Don't want trying to get away from some of that graininess. Whew. Now that would be amazing. I don't know. I haven't tried that much. Let's just try to stack that to see if it. I mean, this is really easy to do. So let's just stack it and see what happens. Let's see if that will clean that black background up. Because right now it looks. Oh, on my monitor it looks pretty grainy, but oh, it is smoothing that out, isn't it? It's smoothing that out quite a bit. Wow. Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. All right. All right. So we don't have any of that to play with. But let's it's already stacking up much better this time. So for the inputs, the outputs are almost equal. So it's definitely better right now. So, I like it. It definitely looks a lot better for sure. Oh, and there's the Running Man. You can see that start to come in now. Wow, look at the detail on that. All right, let's go down a little bit more. So this is probably where you're going to get most of the core. About as small as you're going to be able to get it, and still get all this without a lot of editing and a lot of pictures at different gains and combining them. We're essentially doing that with live high dynamic range. We're essentially stacking lighter pictures on top of darker ones, but when you take them all individually and put them in some of these processing programs, it's definitely a lot better. Wow, it actually smoothed out quite a bit. I'm happy with that. Because there won't be much of a range on here, I don't think. But wow, we're starting to get a lot of detail. Look at the detail on that right there. That's amazing. You know, some nights you come out here and you're all hyped up to do it, and it's kind of it's not really a bust tonight. Don't get me wrong, this is amazing, but you know, sometimes it looks great out and it's really not, and it's just one of those nights. It would probably be a really good night for visual, just to look through your lenses. The cameras are amazing. It's still not quite the same as looking through the lens and seeing it with your eye. It's a much better, different experience. All right, let's go down a little bit more. That looks pretty good. All right, we've got a ton of frames here. Let's go ahead and take a picture. Snap that. All right. Let's see what we got to play with here. We're going to adjust our curve. That's where the money's at, right here. Oh, wow. Wow, that's looking pretty good. If you can get that to look like that, and then if we have a little range left, we can darken that background up quite a bit. But you can see actually how much nebulosity there is in this. It is really amazing. All right, now let's see what we can do with our red here. And we'll pull a little bit out. Sometimes you just got to make little movements with it. You don't want to put too much in it because if you put too much of one in there, you'll kill the detail. Wow, this is looking really good. All right, so there is some green in here. You gotta watch the bright. So if you take these out, just right click them. You have to watch the cores with these when you get away from the red. When you get into the blue is not as bad, but the green can definitely really mess the core up. Actually, I don't think we're going to put any of the other ones in there. We'll just stick with the red. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, Amy. It's not awful. We're going to say okay on that. And then let's go up in here into our range. Do we have any? Oh, we do. We do have some range. Oh. Well, hey, that's not too bad. There's the Running Man. Hey, this actually turned out pretty good. Look at the detail in this. Even for a terrible seeing night, look at all the, like, it's almost like mist. It is absolutely amazing. Look at the detail in this. So cool. This part has a lot of detail in it right here. That looks pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Like I said, it's really hard to get this and not too much of this. You just have to keep playing with it, keep trying it. But that's not bad. You know what? Let's look at. Let's see here. All right. The Orion Nebula is a diffuse nebula situated in the Milky Way, being right off of Orion's belt. They call it in the... Oh, so this is where I was confused. So the Orion, the constellation, the way it's shaped is like a sword. So they say it is in the sword of Orion, but it is in his belt. Let's see here. Messier 42 is the closest star-forming region to the Earth. I did not know that. That is very cool. Let's see here. All right, here we go. M42 is 1,350 light years away, which is, if anybody knows, that's you could get there quickly. I mean, I'm sure Elon can. That's awesome. Yeah, that's not. So, it was crazy. If you go on there, if you go on the YouTube and you look to see how big our galaxy is, like, I don't know, they said Mars takes, like, in light years, so many hours or something like that to get across to Mars at light speed. But to get across to our galaxy takes like thousands of light years, or we would all be dead. All right. Very cool. Also, the Horsehead Nebula is right around here also, but we'll have to save that for a better night that we can see a little bit better. But this has turned out pretty good. This isn't bad. I'll take it. It looks all right, even for the bad seeing. We can go back to the camera. It's still stacking. That still looks pretty good. You know, it is dark out here tonight. Oh, we got some Elon trails in here. I see them. I see them. That looks pretty good. For the seeing tonight, I'll take it. All right. Well, it's 10:22. We've been out here a little over a half hour. I think me and Chucky here are going to go in and get a drink. Not any alcohol, of course, because we don't drink here. But we are going to get some iced tea or maybe some... I think some coffee is in order. I think so. But I'm glad everyone. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I was fortunate enough to bring Chucky out here, and we can jump on and have a little fun and see something really cool tonight. And like I said, look up in the night sky tonight. Remember, go out there and look to the east. Oh, hey, Dean. Thanks, bud. I haven't seen you in a while. Go up there and look to the east and look for get Stellarium on your phone. You got to get Stellarium on your phone. Go out there, get it on your phone. There it is right there. Oh, let me take all these a zillion name tags off, and there it is right there, the Sword of Orion, and there's his belt. You'll be able to see that right up in the sky, just like that. It's right there. It's super visible, and there it is. You can always tell by Rigel's right here too. It's a really bright star. Betelgeuse is there, but look for those three, and then you'll be able to see the nebula is just south of that. There it is. And if you zoom in on Stellarium, you can see it on there. Ours actually, I think, looks, even for his not as good as it is for seeing tonight. Oh, sorry, Dean. Yeah, I know. I had to work. You know what? There's nothing worse than having Christmas on Wednesday and then having to go into work on Thursday and Friday. And then it's going to be another screwy week because of the of New Year's Eve. I know it sucks. I kind of did. I worked like 5 hours. You know what? I just told them I was done. Fortunately, I'm enough. They like me enough there at the John Deere dealership that I was able to do that. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff I could do today working on a couple of these tractors, but yeah, it does. It stinks, and I'm glad it's the weekend now. Maybe, hopefully tomorrow, it should be clear. Hopefully we can get some of this turbulence out of the air, and it will be better, and we'll come back, and maybe we could do like the Horsehead Nebula or something. It all depends on how good seeing is, but this is still really good. And for those of you watching, this is the live stack. This is in video mode. This is what's happening right now. It doesn't get any more live in astronomy than what you're seeing. So this is it. And it looks gorgeous. Look at these beautiful stars. These stars are gorgeous. Look at the diffraction spikes on that. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, there it is, everybody. M42. Go out and check it out. It's in Orion's belt. Look south. There it is. Our telescope winner, Amy Bauer, she's in here. They got a new telescope. They got a nice small Cassegrain. Go out there and check Orion out. There's stuff there, and it's super easy to see. You can probably even see this with binoculars. Tell you the truth. Very cool. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll try to be back here tomorrow night. We'll see how it goes and see how the stars are twinkling. All right, everybody. Good night.